Thank you, friends, so much for joining us today for this webinar. I'm sure there will be a lot of takeaways that you will have from today's webinar. And friends, just couple of house rules. We'll keep all of you on mute so that all of us can hear Anil sir in absolute with all clarity. And you can certainly put your questions and any queries in the chat box, and we will definitely have a Q&A session after the webinar where we will be addressing all your queries. So with that, on behalf of ICOFP and all our participants who have joined or who are about to join, warmly welcome Anil Chopra, sir. Friends, Anil Chopra ji, he's Group Director, Corporate Affairs and Financial Well-being at Bajaj Capital. Bajaj Capital, as I'm sure many of you and almost every one of you knows, it's a 6-decade-old company into financial services, very, very popular. Recently, they won another, consecutive second time. I think they've won the Best Brands Award from ET Money, which is a big thing. And just to tell you, my friends, Anil Chopra ji has been with Bajaj Capital for over 40, over 40 years. In terms of qualification, he is par excellence. He has a CA and he's also a CFP. Uh, and he is also an avid speaker with more than 1,500 sessions to his credit. I think it's a dream. I also look forward to that. Uh, Mr. Chopra is also a popular TV guest. He regularly makes appearances on leading business channels like Z Business, providing valuable guidance on personal finance and in a very easy to understand language. He makes it so easy for everyone to understand, and that is why is one of the major reasons for his big popularity on personal finance when it comes in India. In fact, friends, just want to tell you that, Chopra sir's experience into this industry is, I'm sure, more than the age of many of the participants here today. So that is the kind of credibility and that is the kind of experience that he brings in. And I'm very sure each of us is so excited to, hear his thoughts and inculcate that into our, business and whatever we do in our lives. So thank you so much, Chopra sir. Again, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rishi, and good morning, friends. And I extend you a very warm welcome on behalf of ICOFP as well as Bajaj Capital for having agreed to spend, next hour or hour and a half with us on this very important topic of how to shape your career, if you are a finance professional, and that too, in a golden style, which are the gold standards in the finance professional field. So I'm sure most of you will get lot of benefits by the time the session ends. So friends, before we begin, I'll just take a few seconds to introduce our company to you, Bajaj Capital. Right, Bajaj Capital, as Rishi told you, was established in the year 1965, almost 60 years ago, by our senior chairman, Mr. K.K. Bajaj, from a small office in Connaught Place in New Delhi. And from that one office now, we have grown to over 250 offices spread all over the country. Now we are present in more than 100 cities and towns, including, if I just tell you a few names, right from Vizag in Andhra Pradesh to Guwahati in Assam, to Nashik in Maharashtra, to Palakkad in Kerala, to Ludhiana in Punjab. Like that, we are now present in all important cities and towns. And today in our company, close to 4,000 people are working, giving our services to our 3 million clients across the country, including few thousand NRI clients also. And friends, also, it is my duty to quickly tell you what is the business of our company, Bajaj Capital in one line. And that is, we help our clients achieve their financial goals. This is what we were doing in 1965. This is what we are doing today. That has not changed. In other words, guiding investors on where, when, and how to invest your hard-earned savings, right? And this one-line business, I want each one of you also to adopt it as your mission, singular mission of helping your clients achieve their financial goals. How many of you are excited by this concept of embracing a profession in which you will help your clients achieve their financial goals? If you are excited, then just type yes, and I would know that how many of us in this webinar room are having a similar passion that Bajaj Capital has. Great, Arunabhai saying yes. Sakshi is also saying yes. Purvi Chaudhary is also saying yes. So I am glad a lot of you have similar mission that you want to help build this society. You want to increase financial literacy. You want to empower your people. And obviously, if you want to empower your clients, first you need to empower yourself. And that is why you are at the right place. You are in the right webinar room to understand what it takes to make you first, a superstar in the field of financial advisory or financial planning. And once you attain that, then your life is set. Okay, friends. So business of our company is in one line, helping our clients achieve their financial goals, right? And as far as I am concerned, already Rishi has given you a lot of introduction. My name, friends, once again, for those who have joined now, is Anil Chopra. I am a chartered accountant by profession, but I'm also a certified financial planner, right? And I take more pride in saying that I'm a CFP. Of course, chartered accountancy is also something very to feel proud of, but for some reason, CFP is more close to my heart, right? And friends, I was the CEO of the company till 2017. Okay, in that year, my role was changed to Group Director, Corporate Affairs and Financial Well-being, so which is still my role. So, friends, this concept of financial well-being, because all of you are going to be financial professionals, that is why you are here. Now, let me tell you this concept of financial well-being. We also call it financial fitness. Okay, or some people call it financial wellness. You may also call it financial freedom or financial independence, right? These days, immunity word is very much in fashion, because of corona. So financial immunity or financial moksha, financial nirvana, all these concepts are similar to the concept of physical fitness, with which I'm sure all of you are very well aware, right? So you will agree that absence of any illness is equal to physical fitness, correct? Similarly, if money related worries do not trouble you on a routine basis, right? If you are so well planned that you feel confident that you will be able to achieve all your important financial goals as and when they arise, then you can also claim that your financial fitness is high. You can also claim that you are experiencing financial freedom, or you are enjoying financial wellness, or you are almost certain of attaining financial nirvana. So that is the concept, friends. And but how do we get there, right? And how do we take our clients there? Before we take our clients, first we have to take ourselves there. So once again, warm welcome. All of you are at a very right place on a very good day, and today is 23rd December 23, excellent day to take few steps in this direction of becoming a certified financial planner, which is the coveted mark. CFP is the gold standard mark in the field of financial professionals. So friends, now before we move forward, may I request the attendees to please share with me the name of the city from where you have joined today? Can you please quickly tell me so that we know that from what all different parts of the country we have? Okay, we have Sakshi from Lucknow, Purvi from Mumbai, Arun from Bangalore, and Anand from Indore. Wonderful, nice to have everybody. And Harinath sir is from Bangalore again. And we have local people also, Dhananjay from Delhi. And Pankaj is from Guwahati. Wonderful. And Dhaval Vani is Ahmedabad. And Kailash is from Nagpur. Wonderful. And UK is from Pune. Great, great. So we have very good representation from all over the country. And friends, now let me quickly take you to how to take steps towards this journey of becoming, certified financial planner. First of all, I want to ask you this question, that how many of you agree that the medical doctors, the doctors as a profession is a highly respected one? I'm sure you all will agree, but just can you say yes if you agree with this statement that medical doctors are very well respected in our society? Yes or no? Right. Purvi Chaudhary is also saying yes. A lot of people are saying yes. Yes, it is well acknowledged across the globe, in every country, in every society. Doctors are very well respected. But one thing is very clear, that to become a medical doctor, is it easy or difficult? Can you give me an answer? Is it easy or difficult? How long it takes to become a medical doctor? Difficult. Yes, I don't know. It's difficult. Very difficult. Very difficult. Okay. So that is why very few people become medical doctors. But once they become, they lead a very high quality life. Today, friends, we are taking you towards this concept of becoming a financial doctor. Okay, financial doctor. Financial doctor is also equally respected, right? And to become a financial doctor is not all that difficult, right? It's not very easy also, but it's not that difficult also. All of you can become financial doctors, provided you just follow some of the simple discipline and rules and you take some steps which we are going to share with you today. Okay. So how many of you are ready to become financial doctors and to be known amongst your family, amongst your friends, in the society, in the city where you live, as somebody who is an expert on money matters, on financial matters? Yes, Harinath Reddy is ready. Your name itself is ready, Harinath Reddy, sir. And you are always ready. Okay. And Arun Agarwal also. Wonderful. So, friends, now another thing which we have to admit is the difference between, a medical doctor and a financial doctor. Medical doctors, they are highly respected. They lead a very stressful life, right? But in order for them to grow their profession, what needs to happen? When are medical doctors more in demand? Just think about this and give me an answer. When do you think that medical doctors are more in demand? What happens that they are much more in demand? In disease, right, Sakshi? Or when there is a epidemic, or when, yeah, correct, more illness in the country, which is a very stressful thing, right? Nobody wants that to happen. But just on the contrary, think, when are the financial doctors in demand? All of you will become financial doctors. When will you be more in demand? When there is prosperity, you agree? When people have more money, when people are struggling with taxation matters. So it is just the opposite. Just imagine that you will be dealing with, you see, medical doctors deal with patients, with people who are suffering due to disease. But as financial doctors, throughout your life, you will be dealing with successful people, with people who have made money, with people who are growing, with people who have more money than they can manage. They need your help. They need your consultancy, right? So all the time you will be in a very happy and stress-free environment because you will be dealing with lucky people, successful people, hardworking people, people who are making good amount of money regularly, right? Yes, when all are wealthy, correct. Yes, Arun Agarwal, correct. Okay. So friends, now coming quickly to this concept of certified financial planner. You see, as if you want to become a finance professional, all of you know that you can become, an LIC agent. Then you'll only be talking about, LIC, and people do not like that much, right? You can become a mutual fund distributor, but all the time you will be talking about SIP, 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 take a mutual fund SIP. That also is very, very limited, right? You can become a banking professional, but then also you are only talking to the banking customers. So, which is the most encompassing, qualification or profession where you can deal with all of this and much more? That is what, is included in the curriculum and in the potential of a certified financial planner. Okay, certified financial planner. Let me tell you quickly, give you a little bit about its history. Okay, about this mark certified financial planner, right? You have heard about chartered accountant, cost accountant, company secretaries, and ARN holder, insurance agent, etc., etc. But certified financial planner, first of all, it is a global mark. Are you all listening to me? It is not an Indian mark. It is a globally accepted mark, and it was launched in USA. When? Almost 50 years ago, in 70s, 1970s, right? It was launched for the first time. So it is a very new profession. And because it is a new profession, it is much more developed and it is very much professional. Okay. So it started from USA and very soon it spread to first to English speaking countries like Canada, UK, Australia, Singapore, etc., etc. And let me tell you, a small story that the credit for bringing this financial planning into India goes to yours truly, the person who is speaking to you. That's right. That's me myself. And I'll just take 1 minute to tell you It was way back in November 1999 that when I paid a trip to US, I was on a personal come official trip to US, and I had made a note of it that when I go to US, I will definitely visit the headquarters of Certified Financial Planning, which is in Denver, Colorado. Right in November 1999, I landed in Denver, Colorado, and I took a taxi and I went straight to the headquarters of CFP, in USA, and without any appointment. And then, of course, they were very surprised to see, Indian person coming, without any appointment directly into their office. And I sent my card because I was the CEO of Bajaj Capital, New Delhi, India. So they were kind enough, to allow me to enter their office and to talk to some of the officials. Once I told them that who am I and what am I representing and what is my purpose, they all become very interested. And the meeting, which was to happen for only 15 minutes, they spared me after 3 hours. I reached their office at 10 o'clock and the meeting ended till 1 o'clock because they became so much interested, in India and how the finance professionals are progressing in India. And they said that we are there so far only in about 8-9 countries. And we are looking for more countries where certified finance professionals can be trained. And they said, here is a country which is coming into our office. So they were delighted and they were excited, and rest is history. Then they came to India, they met, we took them to SEBI, we took them to RBI, we took them to all the, the financial bigwigs of our country. And then that is how this concept and profession of financial planning was brought into India almost in the year 2000, 2001, about 22 years ago. So friends, now, as of today, there are some 2.2 lakh, or to be very exact, about 2.13 lakh or 213,000 certified financial planners in the whole world. Okay, that is the population of CFPs. And in India, about 2,500. So more than 1% roughly are in India. But there are more than 20,000 who are undergoing, the process of becoming CFPs. So many of them may become certified financial planners soon, maybe in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So this number of 2,500 will grow very fast to maybe 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. More and more people will be qualifying. But the demand, how much is the demand? More than 100,000 in India, at least 1 lakh. So for next 10 years or 15 years, as many certified financial planners can come into the market, the demand will always be higher. In Bajaj Capital, in our company only, we are constantly looking for certified financial planners, and they are always welcome to join our company in various roles and in various fields. Now, friends, let me quickly tell you that what it requires to become a certified financial planner. There are few prerequisites, there are few requirements, right? So first, of course, is that you should have a finance background. Of course, that is helpful, that is important. If you have a science background also, even then you can become a certified financial planner. Nobody can stop you. But of course, to have a financial background like a BCom, etc., is always helpful, but not compulsory. Okay. Now, there are 4 E's of becoming a successful certified financial planner. And what are those 4 E's? E. First E is, friends, education. I'm sure you will agree that unless you have right kind of education and knowledge of what a CFP has to deal with, you cannot become a CFP naturally. So education is where, our college, which is this ICOFP, International College of Financial Planning, which is conducting this webinar, and all these people, Mr. Rishi Narang and Mr. Kanhaiya Jhaji and Mr. Krishan Vashish, all these and many more. We have a big, faculty also who is imparting the education. So this is the right place. You should join ICOFP to get your education. Education can be provided, virtually also, and also, you can enroll yourself. Or there are different ways of, getting the education, and it may take 6 months, it may take 12 months, depending upon you, how intensely and how much time you are able to, contribute to it. So education, of course, is the first requirement, which is there, I think, for every profession. So education is the first requirement. Then, friend, the second E, which is strongly required, is examination. Right? You will agree that education is of no use unless you pass the exam. Right? So, CFP also, you will get more information. I think somebody is not muted. Precious or somebody. Yes, thank you. So, friends, after you have taken the education through study material, through lectures, through virtual lectures, through on Zoom lectures, etc., etc. Then you have to sit for exams, and there are 6 modules. More information about that, our other experts will share with you. There are 6 modules: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have to pass all those modules. And once you clear all those modules, there are some shortcuts also. If some people are already qualified in the field of finance, like somebody is already a chartered accountant, or somebody is already MBA finance, etc., then, or if somebody is having an experience in this field, then there are some shortcut ways also, which our experts will tell you. But examination is the second E. So first you take education, gain knowledge, understand it, and then demonstrate that you have understood it by passing the exam, right? So that is the second E. Then, friend, the third E is experience, right? So I'm sure you will agree that as a certified financial planner, you will be handling your client's money, and your client's money is hard earned. Your client's money, maybe he is close to retirement, so that money is something that he has earned over a long period of 30-35 years. He will not let any inexperienced person handle his money. You agree? Even when it comes to medical doctor, we do not like to go to a doctor who has just qualified, who has just come out of college and not having any experience. So here also experience also is important. 3 years experience is what is recommended, but in certain cases 1 year also is enough. And more about that we'll tell you, so that you have education, you have passed the exam, you have required experience, so that clients start trusting you, friends, right? So these are the first three: education, examination, experience, and then the last E, not the least, but very, very important, is ethics. Like in any profession, even in the profession of financial planners also, you have to demonstrate high degrees of ethics, because there are certain conflicts. When you are advising clients, you always have to follow the rule of client first. You always have to follow the rule of keeping the client's interest ahead of your client, ahead of yourself, right? Because some of you would know that in the world of finance, there are certain products, certain solutions, which earn hefty commissions for those who are advising them. But those products or those solutions may not be very good for the clients, right? So, as a certified financial planner, you have to practice high degree of ethical standards by introducing or recommending or suggesting such solutions or products which are very, very, very good for client, may not be that much remunerative for yourself, right? So these are, friends, the 4 E's. Okay: education, examination, experience, and ethics. And I'm sure all of you would have agreed. Yes. Thank you. Sakshi has put them also, in the chat, if you can see it. Thank you so much, Sakshi, for helping me with that. And friends, now when it comes to what exactly is required by the clients, as a certified financial planner, your job will be to handle the money of your clients and to help them achieve their financial goals. You remember we started with that your mission has to be to help your clients achieve their financial goals. And if I were to ask you, what do you think are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 most common financial goals that me or you or generally Indians or or people in the society have? Let me see what comes to your mind. Yes, retirement is one of them. Sakshi, well done. But there are 5 goals, important ones. What are these goals? These goals are such for which people need good amount of money, good amount of funds are required, decent amount of funds, and they have to start planning for them in advance. Correct, Rajiv Ranjan. Marriage, yes. Purvi, education, wow, great. All of you are so smart. Yes, so we got 3 goals already, right? I told you 5, 3 are already out: children education, children marriage, and retirement. 3 are already out. Okay, and then let me see which are the other 2 which are missing. Just think about it. Yes, house. Yes, Hemant Shetty. Well done, Hemant Shetty. Yes, house. How can you forget house? Now, the fifth one is remaining. Let me quickly tell you, I am talking about 5 goals for which we need good amount of money. Children education, children marriage, buying a house, and retirement planning have already come. One which is missing is, let me give you a hint. That is, something which has become a necessity. Everybody should have it. It is what? It is a lifestyle symbol. Now people would know what I'm talking about. It is a lifestyle. Everyone should have it. What is that everyone needs to have? Let me see. Somebody will come. Yes, Rajiv Ranjan has come with the answer, which is a vehicle, a car. Okay. So these are the 5 goals, friends. Children education, children marriage, buying a house, buying a car, and retirement planning. So now have you noted that because you will help your clients achieve these 5 goals, आप उनके बच्चों की एजुकेशन कराओगे. Somebody wants to make their son doctor. People want to send their children abroad. किसी ने बेटी को अपनी भेजना है यूके, मास्टर्स करानी है ऑक्सफोर्ड से. किसी ने बेटे को भेजना है स्टैनफोर्ड, उसके लिए 50 लाख 75 लाख 1 करोड़ रुपए चाहिए, राइट? दीज आर बिग गोल्स. मैरिज, अगेन मैरिज इज ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड बिग अमाउंट. हाउस, योर ड्रीम होम, इट कैन बी 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4th floor, 11th floor, कोठी, बंगलो, विला, फार्म हाउस, नदी के किनारे, पहाड़ों में, your dream home. Just imagine, what are you dealing with? You're dealing with your client children marriage, your client children education, घर, गाड़ी लेनी है, किसी ने पहली कार लेनी है, किसी ने मर्सिडीज लेनी है, किसी ने अपग्रेड करनी है. Again, you are playing with their dreams. And then finally, the father of all goals, the mother of all goals, retirement. Right? Retirement planning will become a major part of your profession. You will be spending almost 50% of your time thinking about your client's retirement and helping them with such solutions which will make their post-retirement life worry-free, carefree, stress-free, joyful, long, healthy, and happy. So now, have you noted that by helping your clients achieve these 5 goals, you are becoming an integral part of their life? Yes or no? You are almost becoming like a family member. भाई इतना कौन करता है अपने क्लाइंट के लिए? पूरी लाइफ आपने उसकी सेट कर दी, बच्चों की पढ़ाई करा दी, उसकी शादियां करा दी, घर बनवा दिए, गाड़ी दे दी, उसको रिटायरमेंट की प्लानिंग करा दी. 1 साल में तो होता नहीं है ये. दिस टेक्स decades, this takes years, this takes 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. That is why we say that a CFP has to have a long-term, perennial relationship running into generations. Okay, friends? And yes, so correct, Arun Agarwal, excellent. Yes, Amit Deshmukh, excellent. Right. So I hope you are getting excited enough to tread into this arena of wonderful things, right? Now, let me tell you what are the other facets of financial planning. Okay, what are the different facets? The different facets are, let me tell you, what are the various services in which you have to become an expert. Okay, the various services in which you have to become expert is, please note down, you have to become expert in, first of all, emergency cash flow planning, right? That is the basic requirement. Yes. Then tax planning. Then yes, risk mitigation. Hemant Shetty, very well said. So there is a, yes, of course, health also. Let me now take you through an example to clarify this. Yes, contingencies, correct. Sukanta, correct. All of you, yes, asset allocation. Okay. Let me tell you one very simple way of understanding this entire process. Okay. The process of financial planning is exactly like building a house. All of us understand how a house is built, right? And let me now try and equate this, that how constructing a financial plan is exactly like building a house. Okay. So for example, nobody in this world has ever been able to build a house without making, what we call the foundation, जो नींव जिसको बोलते हैं, base. You agree? Without digging the ground, without creating the base, नींव खोदने के बिना घर बन ही नहीं सकता, right? So in the world of financial planning, that basement or that basis is what we call the insurance planning, which is, disability insurance, health insurance, life insurance. One cannot do financial planning without taking care of, the protection of people's assets. So that is like creating the base. And then you cannot construct the house without putting the four walls around it, right? The four walls, those four walls are investments. Those investment, the four walls are, what? Debt, equity, gold, and property. That is how you do the asset allocation. So you have to tell your clients about what are good debt instruments, what are good equity instruments, what is good in gold, digital gold, paper gold, gold mutual fund, gold ETF, etc., etc. And then property, commercial, residential. So these are the four walls. So you're talking about the asset allocation now, and then your house is not complete unless you put a roof over it. You agree? Have you ever seen a house without a roof? Not possible. So even in financial planning also, the roof is retirement planning, right? Which that we already discussed, right? So what have you done now? You started with insurance, life, health, disability, right? And then you created the walls around it, which is debt, equity, gold, and property. And then you put a roof over it, which is the retirement planning. And even now, the house is not complete, unless you have a lock over it. Otherwise, the thief would come and take everything away, and that lock and the door is the tax planning, right? So that your house is complete now and it is safe also from all sides. So this is just a simple way of explaining what all you need to be expert in. You need to be expert in investment planning. You need to be expert in protection planning or insurance planning. You need to be expert in retirement planning. You need to be expert in tax planning. So these are the few topics in which you need to be expert. Okay, let me see. Need analysis is a must. Yes, Sukanta, Arun Agarwal, insurance, investment. Yes, correct. Fantastic. Okay. Those people are just trying to capture whatever I'm saying. I'm so glad people are taking so much interest. Yes. Okay. And, few more things before I hand over, to you, to other experts to because many of you would be wanting to know what exactly you need to do so that you also become a CFP, right? So during, last 40 years of my working in Bajaj Capital, and for 20 years as working as CFP, I have attended, some 16 or 17 global CFP conferences, right from Singapore to UK, to US, in different cities in US. So every year, I used to go just to get what is happening the latest. So I remember one Australian friend, he said, there are three things which are very important for our clients to be successful. Only three things. And what are those three things? Those three things are diversification. And I found it very funny. I said, yes, of course. How true it is. Yes. So when it comes to managing the wealth of your clients, diversification. Debt, equity, gold. Within equity, large cap, mid cap, small cap, multi cap, this cap, that cap, flexi cap. Then within that, fixed income, variable income, bonds, FDs, corporate deposits. Then diversification, right? So another person, he stood on the table. He said, no, three things which are very, very important for any client are asset allocation. So that also is very true. So one has to divide between, debt, equity, gold. So these are some of the interesting concepts in which all of you will become super expert, and then you will be able to guide your clients towards prosperity, towards safety, and towards leading a high quality and stress-free life. That is the number one expectation from a certified financial planner. Okay, now some of you may want to know that if you become a certified financial planner in India, whether you would be accepted globally anywhere, because this course or this mark, this is called a mark. Like MBBS is called a degree, this CFP is called a mark. This mark, it is patented. Nobody can use it unless you have, got this qualification. So this mark is now globally accepted in 27 countries. Yes, 27 countries, including Germany, Japan, Malaysia, Thailand, like that, New Zealand. So many long lists is there. You can see it in their website also. 27 countries. But if you have qualified from India, And supposing you want to go to Canada or US or Australia and you want to practice there as certified financial planner, can you do it? Yes or no? Answer is yes. But you will have to just do 1 or 2 modules there, which is mainly the taxation module. So you will agree that basic fundamentals are same everywhere. You know, these goals are almost same and these asset classes are almost same. You know, real estate, gold, debt, equity, they are everywhere same. But taxation is different. You agree? Taxation in New Zealand is different from taxation in Canada. It is different in USA, it is different in India, right? So those tax matters, you'll have to go and pass some exam there so that you become equal to a CFP in US or to a CFP in Canada. And it doesn't take long before you can equip yourself with that kind of knowledge, and then you can practice in those countries also, right? Of course, we need to be versatile, correct? Yes. Purvi is asking, certified planner can plan financial goals for companies or only bound to individuals? Purvi, answer is the certified financial planner is mainly for individuals. Okay, Purvi. So the answer to your question is individuals only. This profession is directed towards handling individuals. Just like a doctor will not handle a corporate, doctor will always deal with one person, Similarly, certified financial planner, but that one person can be a family also. And in fact, not only it can be a family, it has to be a family. As a certified financial planner, I also practice it even now. I don't meet anybody alone unless that person is accompanied by his spouse or his wife or his husband. Because these money matters, they should be better understood by the family as a whole. Because we have to take care of the family aspiration, not only of one person aspiration. Okay. So I hope you got the answer. So so you will be dealing with individuals, but when it comes to individuals, families, husband, wife, and children, like that. Okay. Right. So yes, so minimum qualification to become CFP, all these things are coming up. And Mr. Rishi Narang and Mr. Kishan Rashid, they will be answering all these questions. But any company hiring CFP, Purvi Chaudhary, I told you, Purvi Chaudhary, which company is there which is not hiring CFPs? Just think of Bajaj Capital. We are desperate. We are looking here and there. There is a CFP. There is a CFP. Okay, Purvi Chaudhary. All good banks, all big finance companies, mutual funds. They are all looking for certified financial planners. There is not much, only 2,500 in India, and all of them are super employed. If you become a certified financial planner, you cannot be unemployed even for one day. Even for one day. People will go after you even before you become CFP. Okay? Right. So, yes, there is too much demand. But let me also tell you, yes, you are in 40s, Sukanta. So you are very, 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 very young, Sukanta. 40 is hardly anything. Even if you were 60, I would have still told you. Because in US, a lot of people have started to become a CFP when they were 50 years or 55 or 58. And they lived up to 80, 85 and they had a long, good career. Okay. CFP monthly salary, yes, 53 again, Bhavesh is nothing. You are still very young. So you can become a certified financial planner maybe in 1 year's time. Okay, Bhavesh Boria, depending upon what is your qualification and what is your background, etc. It can be quickly also. Yes, 21 is perfect. So anybody and everybody. Yes, Bhubaneswar, you can visit Bajaj Capital office and you can spend some time there and you will get to know. Okay. So CFP monthly salary, Pankaj Fangsu is asking. So CFP monthly salary can range from, a starting package of 6 lakh rupees to, 12 lakh rupees in 1 or 2 years to 30 lakh rupees, in 5 years or so. And then sky is the limit. There are CFPs who are earning, even 1 to 2 crores per annum, but of course they have been in the practice for about 10, 15 years. Okay, so there is no upper limit. But of course, to begin with, you can make a safe beginning by, at least 5 to 6 lakhs package immediately as a fresh person. But very soon you will be rising very high. Your jumps, your increments, your promotions will be much quicker than the other people, provided you continue to practice those things, the education, experience, and ethics, etc. Yes, Mr. Vibhas Agarwal, you are a perfect choice. So Mr. Vibhas Agarwal is he's writing. He's a chief manager in SBI. He's only 56 years. So Mr. Vibhas Agarwal, the good news for you is you can also take the challenge status. There is a challenge exam. You can challenge it. That means you don't need to go through, all the modules and all the education period, etc. You can quickly, you can say that, yes, I know a lot of things already and I want to take the exam straight away. Of course, you have to pass the exam. That is very much required. Okay, Mr. Agarwal, so you have to do this. From where to pursue the course, Shikha, you are at the right place. Within 5-7 minutes, you will know from where to pursue the course. Our college, International College of Financial Planning, is best known in India. We have created maximum number of certified financial planners in the history of India. Okay. Yes. Arun, okay, so in what time can I complete the course? Yes, Sukanta, all these questions will be answered very soon. Yes, and yes, Amit Deshmukh, okay, 23, you are pursuing CF. So CFA is very, very, very different from CFP, okay? CFA is a chartered financial analyst that has a limited scope. I'm not trying to discount CFA, okay? CFA is a great degree, but that gives you more of a opportunity, in investment world, maybe in professional investment, maybe in a mutual fund, maybe in a fund manager, but you can't be advising individuals. Okay, if you want to, practice like a practicing doctor, you can open your own office, in some good location, and where you can say Hemant Shetty CFP, right, or Ritika Chabda CFP, right, or Sakshi Havelia CFP. So that is as good as so and so MBBS, so and so MBBS, and there people can walk into your office with appointment, with prior appointment, and you can fix sessions with them, and you can charge them in different ways. Certified financial planners, some of them charge, per meeting, some of them charge per hour, some of them charge depending upon how much wealth you are managing. There are so many different ways of, collecting your revenues. All that you would know as, you get more information about the course curriculum and the period and the cost, etc. Can a student continue with PG along with CFP course? Yes. Yes, Purvi, the answer is YES. Answer is YES. Yes, okay. So, Rishi, should I now hand over to you and Krishan for, for the, so friends, now you can ask specific questions relating to fees kitni hai, kitna period lagega, what is the qualification required, etc., etc. This kind of all the.
So I have a couple of slides that I would like to just show to people so that many of their queries would be already sorted out based on that.
No, sure. Now you go
Sure.
ahead. Now it is up to the ICFP.
Yes. So thank you, Chopra sir, for sharing these practical insights. I'm confident, I'm very, very sure, sir, that all of us have greatly benefited today and will certainly incorporate these learnings. In fact, I either will do it definitely in my own work, in my own professional endeavors. I'm sure each one of us will be doing it. And based on the way the conversation has gone, the way people have participated, I'm sure all of us are so much excited to have you with us. So, friends, now what I have a couple of slides to show on the CFP program and about regarding ICFP. So I'll share that. I'll discuss that right now for a couple of minutes, and then of course we'll take up all your queries. I'm sure many of the queries would definitely be sorted out as you see the presentation and whatever communication I have for you. So just about to share my slides shortly. Yes. Just give me 1 second, please. Can everyone see my slide screen, please?
Yes, Ranjit. Yes, you can
Okay.
see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, we are just about to touch on Christmas. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you in advance. So let's just quickly I'll go with it. Sir has already mentioned to you that yes, this is a certification, CFP Certified Financial Planner, which is recognized in 27 countries. You have to give different geographies have some little mandates whereby you need to give one exam, somewhere you need to also get yourself registered with the Capital Market Authority. So that's the kind of a thing, but more or less, yes, This is very valid. An interesting point that I want to, tell my friends today is that uh, there are two ways of going with this certification. There is one which is known as the regular pathway, the other one which is the challenge pathway. As sir was mentioning, that challenge is one whereby you can do it a little quickly, but I'll come to that later. So when I talk about the regular pathway, which I went with, there are 4 levels to it, right? So if someone starts today, so he has to complete 4 levels to get the certification. But it's not that, the journey, it's not that, the certification only comes after you complete CFP in level 4. The FPSV board, which is the parent board of CFP, what they've done is that as you clear each level, and this is a big highlight here, as you clear each level, you get a certificate. Let's say you clear level 1. So after level 1, you will get a certification which is known as investment planning specialist. So that's the kind of a certificate. So you will get it for level 2 as well, which is retirement tax planning specialist. For level 3, it is risk and estate planning specialist. So it's like I always tell my students that, start using these certifications for your benefit. You are in the journey to CFP, that's okay, but start sharing that you have joined this great course. You are trying to build your career into personal finance, and you want to get done with this gold standard certification, and you're getting those certificates, start using them. So many of them do that these days. They put it in their own advisory firms. They also share it with their with their offices, with their corporate offices where they're working, so that people come to them that they are getting themselves, they're upgrading their skill sets, right? So that's one highlight that I wanted to give here. Of course, as sir was mentioning, that yes, it takes around 8 to 10, could be like an year, more or less, if someone is going with a regular pathway where he will probably take around 8 to 12 months to clear 4 levels. A shorter route to that, which is the challenge pathway, I'll share give me just few minutes before I share about that. Then program eligibility. Somebody was asking about what does it require? I mean, what is the qualification, minimum qualification required to enter and to pursue this certification? See, the board just says you just need to be minimum 10 plus 2. So that's it. 18 years, you are someone who's 10 plus 2, he's 18 years, let's say he's gone into his graduation. He can certainly join CFP. And there is no mandate, there's no restriction that he cannot pursue any other course. He can go with his graduation, he can continue with his PG. Along with that, of course, he can start pursuing the CFP. So what's the highlight over here, friends? The highlight is that somebody who's into graduation, he joins this course. So by the time he's finished with his graduation, one is he's got a graduation degree. Second is he has this gold standard certification, the specialist certification when it comes to BFSI personal finance space. So then what's going to happen is you will get a very good start in terms of career, in terms of, the career growth would also be on the fast track, not on the regular route, because you have the necessary skill sets which is required, right? Then friends, the only thing here that I would like to share is that there is certain experience required. So if someone he's cleared his final levels, right? So for getting the certification, what they require is that, yes, you have to be minimum graduate. And secondly, minimum 3 years of experience in the BFSI space. So that's required. There's an alternate way also to that.
Rishi, let us also clarify. Let's not assume that everybody understands BFSI. Let's clarify that BFSI includes banking and financial services and insurance. Okay. So banking, all banks, all financial services, NBFCs, mutual funds, etc., and insurance also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. So as I was telling you that anybody who's cleared CFP finals, he requires minimum 3 years of experience, but there's an alternate way also, which is 1 year. If somebody pursues 1 year of supervised articleship under a CFP, then this experience is also, is good enough for the board to issue this certification, right? So coming to the next slide, my friends. One second. Yeah. As I was telling you, there are 4 levels to it. If somebody goes through the regular pathway, right now I'm only talking about the regular pathway, there are 10 modules in total to pursue. Okay, I'll discuss about the details of modules in the next slide. And the beauty of it is that, the exams happen every month. So for level 1 to level 3, the exams happen every month. One has the flexibility of either giving it at the NSE center or giving it from his home office or whatever online, basically. So that is also very much possible. And the exam pattern is MCQ plus there is no negative marking. So this is the kind of a structure of examination that I've shared with you, and I'm sure that is going to be
MCQ stands for
yes,
multiple choice. Let us
multiple
keep
choice
clarifying it.
questions.
Okay, let's not assume that
Okay.
everyone understands, all this.
Okay, sure,
Choice,
sure. So,
multiple choice
yeah,
question.
so multiple choice questions with no negative marking, you get four options. After the question, there are four choices which are available, and you have to choose from that with no negative markings. Let's go ahead. Friends, now coming to the curriculum, the 10 modules that I was talking about in the previous slide. The first one, friends, level 1, as we call it, level 1, friends. Here we have, friends, three modules to study. The first one is personal financial management. Friends, in personal financial management, we have time value of money, which I say is the building block for a CFP. If a CFP who is someone who really understands, I mean, he has studied on it as we prepare you here at ICFP. You've studied it, you've understood time value of money, and that is very critical. It's a building block for clearing a CFP. So when it comes to time value of money, what do I mean by that? By this, I mean that it will help you when the client comes to you, it will help you to actually one is shortlisting goals for clients. Sir mentioned about those 5 goals, but can you really put it up mathematically? Yes, there is a way you can do it. We have to incorporate inflation, because inflation is again a big thing in India, right? Today, something which is worth $100, it might be worth $300, let's say, after 10 years of time. So we have to incorporate that. So all of that mathematical computation of this is what is the requirement for a goal. And then we go to, okay, how do I really strategize in terms of investments? So personal financial management also includes about emergency funds, very, very critical element. So people really need emergency funds. We've seen during COVID, when due to the cash shortage or maybe fund shortage, it was really a problem. People had to really borrow from friends and all to meet the medical requirements, right? Then, friends, we will also be teaching you about budgets. At times it really happens, we earn a lot, many of us do earn a lot, but we are not able to save it. So we will try to train you how do you actually look into cost elements which are discretionary, which are fixed, which are very critical. So that all is related, and everything, very exciting things would come to you as you study personal financial management. Coming to investment planning and asset management, friends, understanding about the asset classes. Then, friends, into equities, what is fixed income, gold, and you have real estate, the major 4 asset classes. Then, friends, we'll also talk about, we'll give you insights. You will learn about all the major investment products which are available global as well as in India. Then how do you actually practice asset allocation? How do you, evaluate the risk of a portfolio? So asset allocation has been done, a portfolio has been made. Can we evaluate the risk of that? Yes, that is possible. We'll be training you on that. So there are many facets to it, which behavioral side, biases. How do you remove? How do you help clients, come to terms, understand and improve when it comes to investment psychology? So we'll train you all that as well. Coming to the third module, which is regulatory environment and legal compliances. Friends, the banking, financial and insurance industries, friends, these are regulatory, industries, whereby sectors, whereby we have RBI, we have SEBI, we have PFRDA, we have IRDA. So different bodies are there. We have to follow various regulatory requirements which are there. And so what are the requirements, how things actually work in India? This is going to be taught to you in this third module of level 1. Coming to level 2, friends, very important modules are here, friends. One is retirement planning and second is tax planning. When it comes to retirement, sir, and I'm sure each one of us understands that retirement is the biggest goal for anyone. You could be from any place in this country or from any part of the globe, but yes, retirement is common, which is going to come to each one of us. So in retirement, friends, we will be teaching you, we will be training you on all the major retirement products. It comes to when it comes to PPF personal, when it comes to public provident fund, when it comes to NPS, right, new pension scheme, when it comes to EPF, employee pension schemes. So we'll talk about all of that. We will make you specialists on those products. How can you really utilize it for when it comes to accumulation of funds for retirement? Again, Once the retirement happens, then how do you really prepare or plan a retirement strategy, right? Withdrawal strategy. How would the income? So not everybody gets pensions these days, right? In fact, very few people get it. So how does it? Can we really plan it this way that the person doesn't really feel a difference post retirement and pre retirement? He still continues getting that monthly income. So we can certainly design it. This will be trained to you over here. Coming to tax planning, friends, extremely critical module because all the 5 heads of income will be taught to you. How can you really help your clients, find out the tax liabilities when it comes to salary, when it comes to capital gains, right? Residential housing, right? So rental, can that be done? Yes, we'll be training you on that. Also, the taxation, friends, is extremely important because at every part of the strategy, when it comes to investments, during the accumulation side, during the withdrawal, we have to be very sure that we are helping the client to save tax, and that is why the critical. Yes.
Rishi, I'll just need 1 minute here. So,
Yes,
friends,
please.
on this topic of tax planning, I hope you are able to see this, in the window that where you can see my video. This is a tax saving guide which Bajaj Capital has been teaching for last 27 years for its clients. Okay, and the author of this is also yours truly, who's handling this, in his hand now. I only wrote this in 1997 for the first time, and I have been revising it every year. This is the most popular small 24-page guide, which is distributed to lakhs of clients across the country, complimentary. And all of you also can get, this is the latest edition for the current financial year. This is just 24 pages. And our bet is that anybody who can go through this can not only understand all the tax laws, very, very easily, but also can file the ITR without even, going to an expert. That is the level of, the clarification which we are given to this. And now, how to get your copy? How to get your copy? Yes, yes, Bhavesh, that's what I'm telling you. Just you note down my email ID, which is anilchopra@bajajcapital.com. And I would request Rishi or Kanaya just to put it in the chat also on my behalf. anilchopra@bajajcapital.com. Just write to me with your address and PIN code and mobile number, and we'll make sure that you get it through courier in next 3 to 4 days. Okay, as a gift for attending, this webinar and listening to us on this very important topic. So most welcome, Anil Chopra at bajajcapital.com, and this tax saving guide will be given. Yes, it can be given on email also. Soft copy can also be sent. Yes, and we can also give you the hard copy if you write to me with your complete address and your phone number, because for courier we need the phone number also. Thank you so much. So carry on, Rishi.
Sir, can I get it from Bajaj Capital at Nehru Place?
Yes, you can get it from Bajaj Capital Nehru Place also. If you visit there, you can claim your copy. It is complimentary for everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Please continue. Yeah.
yeah. So coming to level 3 now, friends, we have again 2 very critical, very important modules. One is risk management insurance planning. Here you will be taught about how do you really find out, how can you compute the human life value, right? How much should be the adequate amount of sum assured that someone should be taking in terms of insurance. Let's say someone is earning 20 lakhs, right? So can we really find it out mathematically how much of risk cover should he actually have? Because I'm sure with 20 lakh of earning, he will certainly have goals which are almost linked to that kind of a financial kind of a status. Secondly, friends, estate planning. We do earn, we all do a lot of work, and we will be doing it throughout life journey. But what really happens is that we should also, it's our responsibility to see that things are also being passed to the next generations in a very smooth manner. Can that be done? Yes. Otherwise, what happens is it leads to disputes within the family, and that nobody likes. As parents, we would certainly like things to go very smoothly to our next generations. So that is something that you'll be trained over here in terms of how do you build a private trust? How do you set up a, how do you can you give gifts? What is the best way of doing a will? What are the types of wills? So a lot of things will be trained and taught to you over here. Coming to level 4, friends, the final level. There are, friends, 2 aspects to level 4. One is you have to clear a 3-hour exam. That's one thing. And second thing is that you have to also, submit a financial plan to the board for approval. So once these 2 things are cleared, you cleared the exam as well as your financial plan submission is approved by the board, what really happens is then you are ready to get the CFP certification. All you have to do is share your details and with your experience certificate as well, and you get the certification. Now, friends, the most important point, why should anyone join ICFP when it comes to CFP? So why should anyone join ICFP? Friends, try to understand. Sir mentioned about this thing that, he's the one who thought of this idea, who thought there is a gap in terms of, in India, can we really provide better financial advisory and, to people? Yes, there's a way. CFP is the right answer for that. So he's the one who brought it. And Bajaj Capital, the parent of ICFP, has been as already said, it's been the forefront in bringing financial planning to India. ICFP, part of Bajaj Capital, has been running this course for the last 20 years now, since 2002, my friends. Faculties, when it comes to faculties, our faculties are extremely highly trained when it comes to the financial domain. They all are, everyone is a CFP over here. Some of them even are CFAs, chartered accountants, PhDs, and are actively CFPs, and they are actively being professionally working when it comes to practicing it. So they will really are equipped enough to share the practical insights with each one of you. And to be very true to you and to share this thing with you, friends, our ICFP's dean is Madam Manu Sinha. She has been a former director with the Financial Planning Standards Board, which is the parent board for the CFP certification from the year 2007 to 2009. So that's the kind of, the experience, and that's the kind of, knowledge base that we bring ICFP, and that is a USP, and that's why we have the largest number of alumni, CFP alumni in India. Coming to now the delivery mechanisms, friends. We used to have classrooms before COVID, but after COVID, what's really happened is, one is there is a transition. We've seen people, the feedback that comes to us is that people prefer more of online because that is more accessible, right? The second element to that is our students are pan-India. So when it comes to students being pan-India, then really, a delivery based on a Zoom platform is an ideal, and that is what is being. I personally, when I did it, I actually, when I completed my CFP, so I also went through, these online sessions, and they were very productive, as I see it. There you can always have your sessions on weekdays and weekends, depends upon which batch you are intending to join. And when I was telling you, friends, about the regular pathway, now, friends, just to bring it down to another aspect to it, is when it comes to regular pathway, which is level 1 to level 4 levels out of it. Either you can go for which is known as the virtual path, whereby you can be live with the faculty one-on-one. The faculty is going to come train you for the duration, that is 2 hours sessions are normally there as a part of delivery. So they'll be there, so they'll be explaining you concepts, clarifying your doubts. So that is one way of going for it. But there is another route which can be done, which is known as the e-learning path. Now what happens there is, many times people come to us and they say that we have a very busy schedule, we can't really put up so much amount of time. So for them, again, the same faculties like us, what we provide is we will provide you access to our pre-recorded sessions. So that is another way where you can really look for. So depends upon, we are providing you complete flexibility, depends on how you really want to go for it. Now when it comes to the CFP study material, friends, ICFP has been the one who's brought CFP in India. Our content is absolutely original. We are the ones who, and in fact, when I see it, I mean, there's no other EP, no other contender out there in the market who has original content as compared to ICFP. Friends, we have a big size of 22 faculties for training CFPs. So it's not like only 1 or 2 people are doing it, 22, and they all are specialists in their own respective fields. Coming to what kind of mocks, we have 20. So as I think, if you read about it, online mock tests, friends, we have 20 plus 20 mocks across levels. So that's the kind of a preparation that we would really see that you guys have it as you continue your journey in CFP. Friends, we also provide you a basic finance book. Now what is this basic finance book? It's not provided by any other EP. So before you even start your journey with us, when you've registered and when you're starting your classes are going to start, we'll be giving you this basic finance book so that it's good for everyone to read it. So that, that initial step, that initial hesitation is what we are trying to remove. And then you will have 1 or 2 sessions to, for the faculties to come to explain you those basic facets of the financial industry in India, which would provide you the right building block and the right step to move forward with your, study at ICFP when it comes to CFP. Job support. Yes, friends, we are again providing active job supports. ICFP is a big brand and Bajaj Capital is a big brand when it comes to financial services. Yes, so we do get, our alumni have their own basis, and we do get regular actively. We are searching. We provide, profiles to our existing alumni. Plus, the FPSP board is also got very active. If you go and you just look at the board's website, you see the job board. You can look at the kind of profiles and the kind of packages that they are offering right now. And when it comes to sessions, friends, we do our LMS. You can get access to the videos. You can get access to the videos once you've gone through it. You can multiple times go through this video. So that's again, those things are there in place, and they have been designed in a fashion to provide you the best when it comes to experience. Coming to the board fees. Now, friends, I'm talking about the fees here. Coming to the board fees, friends, when somebody registers with the FPSP board, he has to pay 18,000 rupees. Then, friends, the point is, FPSP board, the parent board, has made it mandatory to buy ebooks, and for the charge for these ebooks from level 1 to level 3 is 6,500, 6,500 for each level, and for CFP finalists 13,000. In total, it becomes 32,500. Coming to the exams, now, friends, we don't have to pay for the exams in lump sum. It depends. Once I'm prepared for one level, I will pay, and the fee for that is 6,750. For the final level, again, friends, it is 13,000. And then, as I told you about that, in the final level, there are two aspects. One is clearing an exam, which is a final exam, and second is the financial plan assessment. For this, friends, we have to pay the board 10,500, right? Coming to the challenge pathway, friends. Now, what is challenge pathway, friends? And I was telling you that I'll come back to I'll share details on this, friends. For people who are qualified in terms of, there is a minimum requirement in terms of education and experience. If that is there, let's say someone who's a chartered accountant, someone who's a CA intern with 3 years of articleship, right? So, or articleship, and of course the BCom is there. Somebody who's a CFA, CPPA, CMA, or he's a master's in finance. Also, friends, they've recently added CA, IIB plus BCom. So if these degrees are there, somebody who's got this relevant education, and of course 3 years of experience in the banking, financial services and insurance industry, then he is qualified to straight away go for something which they call it as the challenge pathway. Now, in challenge pathway, friends, you guys don't have to appear for the level 1 to level 3 exam. It's just the final exam, and the case study submission has to be there. So why is it so? Because they assume that, based on your experience, you already you are qualified enough to that those 3 levels are already taken care of based on this. So what's the fee for the challenge pathway, friends? There is a challenge validation fee in terms of they're going to verify your documents in terms of your education and experience. For that, the charge is 5,000 rupees. When it comes to the registration, and of course, FPSP content, I told you that everybody has to buy it. The fee is 34,000 there. Financial plan assessment is the same fee, friends, as in the case of regular. This is 10,500. You can see it here on the screen. And the final exam is same, 13,000. So this is the fee for someone who has the education experience. You can certainly check it with, you can call up the counselor and check it if it is there. You can certainly go with the quick. So this is a quick route to it, right? A shorter route typically takes around, 6 months to clear. Why does it take 6 months? Is because we give you 40 hours of 40 to 45 hours of preparation sessions to incorporate your, training in terms of level 1 to level 3. And then you get to the final level, and the whole process typically takes around 6 months. So this is also available. Again, a very great flexibility provided by the board. Now coming to ICFP, right? International College of Financial Planning. What is the fee? What is our fee? Right? So if you come to us today and, and someone who says that, yes, I want to. So what do I mean by virtual classes is basically whereby I said the faculty is going to come, is going to be there in the Zoom session. Now, in this case, friends, what happens is the lump sum, if is 60,000, but if you pay today to us in lump sum, right? It is good. You will get a discount of around 25%. I think it comes to 44,900. E-learning that I told you about, that whereby you will get pre-recorded sessions, and you can review them, view them, and understand them as per your convenience. There the total sum total is 44K, but if you pay lump sum, the cost is 34,900. Challenge pathway, that quick route, 6 months route, based on your eligibility in terms of experience and education. The fee that we charge at ICFP is 25,000. So you guys are here today to understand more about what is CFP and all of that. So why shouldn't, and it's Christmas, so I'll certainly give you an offer today. ICFP is offering, friends, today flat 10% discount on course fee, and this is not only restricted to either virtual, whereby it's for virtual, for e-learning, for challenge pathway. In all the 3 routes that you want to go, a flat 10% discount is going to be there. Again, friends, I spoke about the content fee, right? So there also we will certainly help you with discount coupons, so you can save 16,250 when it comes to the content fee. Then, friends, along with this, the story doesn't end here. We will also be providing you the NISM, e-learning videos. So these are 15 hours of video, which will help you clear the NISM 5A exam, which is the mutual fund distribution exam. Then, friends, also along with it, why just stop here? Why not give you some good knowledge on share markets and, in fact, technicals? So there also, friends, you can certainly get access to 7 hours of recorded lectures on how to really become pro at technical when it comes to when it comes to stock markets, getting the technicals side of things. So these 2 additional things are worth, friends, 5,000 each. So we are giving you 10,000 of bonus content along with the CFP certification course that you will be getting. In total, friends, if you join us today, you will be saving around 30,000 rupees, right? So it's a big thing, right? If you join any course, and that's the kind of an offer that comes to you today. And it's not that someone who thinks that he doesn't have the total funds available right now. Of course, we can through our partners, we can certainly arrange a loan, interest-free loan for you, and that is, as I said, 0% interest. You just have to pay 5,000, and in 6 EMIs, your fee can easily be managed. So that is going to be with our third-party loan providers, right? So that's from my end, friends. You just have to pay 5,000 and enroll. I'm providing you a scan here where you can just scan and pay, or you can even call on the number 9711437779, and a counselor will be available right now to help you with your enrollment process. So this is from my end, friends. Now we can certainly take up your questions. So I'll take it up one by one. People have raised hands. After those questions, friends, I'll go to the chats. If there's anything that is still pending from our side, I'll certainly answer them. So firstly, let's go to Sakshi. Yes, Sakshi, you've raised your hand. What's your query?
Yeah, very good afternoon, Rishi. So hope you're doing good. So
Yes.
I feel like, as it is said now, mindset is what separates the best from the rest. So before acquiring, uh, somebody is unmuted, I guess. Okay,
1
so
second. Christian, can you just take care of this, please? Yes, you please continue with the question, Sakshi.
yeah, so I get a mindset is what separates the best from the rest. So just wanted to, before actually as a student acquire the skills, or acquire the skill set, just wanted to understand with what mindset should one start, or how do students start this particular program? Because as people, when we as students of finance, basically when we start any like for example any CA or CMA, the first question which arises in our minds or in our parents' mind is one to choose between a lot. So how do you overcome it, or how do you just analyze and
So
this whole
basically,
situation?
what I understand from your question is that what you're trying to say is that why should I go with CFP and not with any other certification? Right? That's the question basically, Sakshi, if I understand it
Yes, sir. Yeah,
clearly.
absolutely.
Okay. See, one is it depends. There are 2-3 aspects to it, Sakshi. Yeah, I'll come to Harinath. Just wait. I'll answer Sakshi. Yeah. So, I always believe, I've always done it throughout my life. So when MBA finance was an in thing, my father wanted me to do CA, which I didn't do it eventually. I said I want to go for MBA because that is the in thing right now, and I'll get much more exposure over there. I mean, I started CA, but then I went. I wanted to really be in finance. Uh, you should always ride the bus which is the most attractive. Uh, Coming to as I'm sure you understand that India is right now, growing at I mean, the macro factors, India is really the story right now globally, right? The best growths and, the kind of potential is there. Seeing the markets, how the markets are working. Markets only work because when the country is really doing good and they're forward looking. So that saying, we also know that, people are earning a lot these days, right? But are Indians wealthy? No, not really. Indians, yes, there was a time when Indians were not earning well. Now they're earning well, but are they really wealthy? And the kind of aspirations they have, they want, as Sir was mentioning, global education, global vacations every 2 years. Is it really possible? Might not be. And that's the kind of thing. So our requirement is right now that, we should ride that bus, because if all the factors are there, advisory, financial planning, this is the essential requirement. Otherwise, those big earnings would not really convert into wealth. Somebody wants to be wealthy, he has to really do a very strategized kind of an investment. Who's going to advise them? I mean, I did my webinar, which was there last week. I was just comparing, Sakshi, about does CAs only provide their major hardcore is taxation, right? And bank RIA, he's only concerned more about his own product, right? He would not do a multi-product kind of an advisory, which only a CFP can provide. So if you want to get to the next big thing, this is it, and that is basically financial advisory. You want to write that, yes. And when it comes to financial advisory, now within financial advisory, should you go for course A, course B? CFP is the gold standard certification. It's an international recognition. You would be one of those finest people available. That designation provides you the kind of, that yes, this guy is, even if he might be a few years less experienced than the other guy who's maybe double the experience, but he has the necessary skill sets. You've been tested. The board tests that. As Sir mentioned, there's an ethics standards that we have to follow. There's also practice standard as CFPs that we have to follow. So that is, and based on those things, those are the best of the best, the best practices available, which is there. So if you want to really go with the best course available, the gold standard certification available, when it comes to, you want to, have the client facing kind of roles and advisory, multi-product advisory, multi-asset class advisory, CFP is the right practice for you. So this is what is my submission to you. I hope I've answered.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah.
Got your.
Thank you.
Also,
Hari-
also, can I ask a question? I'm from Bhubaneswar, Sukantpur. Okay, sir.
Sukanta, just wait. I'll come to you. Just raise your hand, because I have others waiting. Otherwise, they're going
Okay,
to
sir.
ask me
Okay,
why.
no problem,
Yeah.
sir.
Harinatha, can you just, you can please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, hi.
Yes.
Good afternoon. My
Yes, please,
concern
Harinatha.
is, like, we have a team of around 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
We are working with LIC from last 10 years of experience.
Okay.
My 2 questions. One is, we 5 people can join at a time, and we will be in the one something like a one batch like that.
Yes, that is very possible, sir.
Okay, and this already we are MBA finance, almost 5 people, and we have experience of 10 plus years. We can go for a final exam.
You can go for the challenge pathway, sir. Definitely.
Okay.
So what I would just advise is, sir, if you can just share your details with, or you can call on this number 9711437779. Or Krishan, can you just get in touch with Harinath, sir?
So we will connect with you after the webinar, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So he'll get in touch with you, and he'll probably get you quickly, I think, sorted with the challenge. You are definitely, I think there's no challenge there, that you can go for this quick route and get yourself certified within 6 months.
Yes, sir. One final question, just.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
see, we are already in this insurance business, and like stock market, mutual funds. We are advising. After getting the CFP certification, how directly it will help to us, sir? Like in marketing.
So you are right now, as you mentioned, you are right now into only the insurance domain, right? That's what you were saying.
Yes, sir.
Right. So it will open up more verticals, no? I'll just give you an example. So we have, in fact, I was talking to one of them day before yesterday. We have now CAs joining us, right? Because they've understood the point that, it's not only enough to help the client only with this taxation, let's say a corporate taxation, right? So they also say, why not give them, why are we supposed to, let's say when he comes for an, investment advisory, that what do I do? I want to generate a retirement fund, right? So we have to send him to somebody else. We might not be the best guy to do it. So that's the point. So that, and not what they say is that the idea is it's going to open up, you can open new verticals now in terms of you can go for, you can even start, let's say, when it comes to tax, you can keep a guy who can help them with the personal taxations, right? Then investment side, investment planning. Why only insurance? Why only risk? Why not on the advisory side of investments? Then before even that, Harinatha, define goals, compute the requirement in terms of goals, and based on that, help them investments in terms of taxation and also estate. Why not estate? Right. So all this, those different additional verticals can be brought up. You can make it a single shop which is providing him complete advisory when it comes from start to end. So it's only, you are right now only doing one domain. I'm telling you, you can open 3 more of that.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. We, as early as possible, you give us the opportunity.
Sure,
we are
sir.
ready with you.
Sure, sir. Sure,
You,
sir.
you please help us.
Yes, sir. Certainly, sir. Krishan is
make
going to
it-
get in touch. Yes.
Yes, sir. So we want to finish as early as possible within a 3 months, 6 months.
So
Whatever
6
is-
months at least, because 40 hours of sessions is what we'll give you now. So it will take some time.
No, we are
But 6 months is a good
we are
time.
already well versed. We have a
Okay.
we are all from the lecturer background. We
Okay.
regularly we are in this field from the last 10, 13 years. This
Yeah, that's
subject-
going to help you. Yeah.
this level
Yes.
1, level 2, level 3, all these concepts also we are well aware of it. We can clear
Excellent.
it if there is
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
So just, sir. I'll take up the next question.
Thank you
so,
very much.
Yes. Yeah, thank you,
Dhanyavad.
Harinath. Sukanta, you can now come up, please.
Sir, telling about me, sir, I have experience of 12 years in LIC of India, and along with that, sir, I sell health insurance, mutual fund, and other instruments also. Sir, in what way doing CIP will help me in future? I mean, will it add something new to my expertise or skill?
See, Sukanta, I mean, based on what I don't know personally about you, but generally, what the idea is that somebody who's in the business right now, they are usually more focused on product. Basically, what is a product? Which is, let's say, a person comes, he says, I am not very much, I don't want to really get into risky products, right? So then, fine, you will help him, in terms of taking either bank FDs or maybe, corporate FDs or maybe, bonds. Maybe that's the only thing that could happen. My point is that when you do CFP, the person, his mindset and his way of approaching things, or maybe approaching his advice, changes from product focus to actually goal focus. Things, when the client next comes to you, you will start talking to him in terms of goals. Right, we can certainly sit and shortlist goals, and based on that, I can mathematically compute it. I can help you make those investments. So this investment will not happen because the client would tell, okay, I can only contribute 20,000 rupees, and this is what, okay, fine, then you can, why not, let's just put in equities. No, not really.
Exactly.
A questionnaire would be shared with him. A risk profiling will be done basis of some scientific element of it which will be brought in. The client would understand that, yes, this guy is very different from anybody else who is not a CFP, whereby he's only focused on products. Here you are trying to provide him service in terms of, facilitating his achievement of all entire goals in terms of financials. Right? So you're trying to, basically, the message would be that I am helping you attain financial freedom, financial independence, rather than only कि भाई मुझे कौन सा म्यूचुअल फंड दे दिया, ये प्रोडक्ट ने कैसा वर्क किया. Sir, वो goal based thought process हो जाता है instead of this product based kind of thing. And as I was telling Harinatha, that you can add verticals. You're saying I'm only into mutual funds in this. Why not? You understand, when you understand 20 different products, right? You all can also, apart from that, sir, when it comes to retirement planning itself is a big business for people. They're not into anything else. They say we are only into retirements, right? And understand the all products, EPF, PPF, NPS. How can really you can make up a strategy when it comes to somebody who's 45? He has to build a corpus. Secondly, somebody who's nearing 60. Can we really set up an income for him? Everything is going to be possible when you. So these are the different verticals, different elements or skill sets you will develop if you join CFP. Because this is this gold standard course, my friend. Sukanta is basically this, that if someone wants to excel in this field, what is the best course available? This is what it is. And
Okay.
I was Sukanta, the other thing I was telling was also that in final level, as I told you, there's a financial plan that has to be submitted to the board. That is practical experience, right? You are being trained even before you get the certification. Yes. What's your next question, Sukanta?
Sir, what is the ideal time to join? Either, I mean, do you start the course frequently or only once in a year?
See, Sukanta, we have our batches every month.
Okay, sir.
And the sooner you join, let's say you join on 1st of Jan, so you should know, okay, fine, by in 10 months to 12 months, I'm sure I'll complete my journey if you go with the regular pathway. And if you go for the challenge pathway, as I was just suggesting to Harinatha, if you have the requisite qualification, education and experience, go with the fast track 6 months route.
Sir, can that both courses be on virtual mode?
Yes, absolutely. Zoom sessions.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Yeah,
Talk
sure.
to you. Okay.
Yes. So, Vibhas, can you ask your next question?
I have two questions. The first question is that I'm already into mutual fund. I'm associated with SBI Mutual Fund. I'm on deputation from State Bank of India, and for the last 4 years, I am into mutual fund business. Number one. Number two is that I did my MBA way back in 92, 94, and I'm a very senior banker, aged 56 years. So my question is, I want to do financial planning, except especially in the case of HNIs and ultra HNIs. So do we have a module in it wherein we can specialize for HNIs and ultra HNIs? That is my question number one. My question number two is that at the age of 56, after I retire 4 years down the line, whether any company would be able to hire me based on my CFP qualification?
Okay. So these are your two questions, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Answer to your first question, you said that I just have one query before I answer your questions. Are you still working with SBI, right? I think you said that you have been
Your
with
voice
SBI
is
Mutual
not
Funds,
clear,
right?
sir.
No, I'm saying, are you
Sorry?
still working with SBI Mutual Fund?
Yes, sir. I'm working with SBI.
Okay. You're working with them. Okay.
Sir, your voice is not clear, sir.
Vibhas, I can hear you very well. I'm sure. What about others? Krishan, is my voice not clear?
Yeah, I'm working with SBI.
It's clear.
It's clear. Just check.
I'm with SBI. Currently, I'm on deputation since 2019 into SBI Mutual Fund as an assistant.
Okay, got it, sir, got it. I'll now reply to your queries. The answer to your first query is, we don't have a specific module when it comes to HNIs, as you asked for, but I'm just trying to understand, see, my experience with HNIs is that, we have to have, one is we need to have the connect. We need to have the connect.
Yes.
In terms of that, we should get an audience with them. That's first. And secondly, our experience counts more than, there's no specific module, or I don't really feel there's a module that is required to, to be really doing it. I mean, if I understand all these basic modules, I can work with any of the clients. Of course, it could be a little different with them in terms of, one is the corpus size, secondly is the complexity of things. That is the only difference. But I don't see anyone who is someone who is a CFP, he cannot handle HNIs. In fact, many of us who have our own advisory firms are into, I mean, after a certain years of experience, are in only in handling HNIs. You get more business from them. You just no need to, cater to many clients. Few clients can also give you that kind of a, package or whatever the case is. And your point second, sir, in fact, in my group, I mean, we had a buddy group, in fact, of 3 people. One of them was 70 plus. So he cleared the CFP along with me in December 22 last year, It's almost a year now, right?
Okay,
So
okay.
age is not the point. That he did is again something, sir, that is again my plan B. That what after retirement, right? Of course, I'll make this as my full-time practice. And that is what he said. I'm 70. I understood about this course now. He says, I want to really advise clients. I might charge fees only to people who are rich. For the others, I'll do it free of cost. He says, I'm already well placed, so that's not required. So basically, age is really not a criteria. Advisors are never retired. They don't retire ever. Advisors continue till lawyers, as you see, right? They 90, Mr. Any lawyer, any seasoned lawyer, if he even is 90, it doesn't really matter. As long as he's able to, fight it out very well in the court for me. So that's the kind of thing for advisors as well. We don't retire.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I think if you've answered these questions, I'll quickly take a couple of questions. Are there any questions? Precious, Nigeria, please, I want to send me personal email address and WhatsApp number to enable. Precious, my friend Christian is going to help you on this. Christian, are you getting in touch with Precious?
Yes, sir. We'll connect with him.
Okay, sure. Hema, just to help our students strengthen the mindset. Okay, so that's good, Heyman. Thank you so much for that. Subendu, my qualifications are BTech since I am not from a financial background. So where I got the experience certificate required final exam. See, Subendu, what you can do is, as I was telling earlier as well, that you can be facilitated to work under a practicing CFP for an year, which is kind of an articleship, right? So once you do that, you can get the certificate from the board. So that is what we can help you with, Subendu. Not a problem there because to be very true, we these days are having a lot of IT professionals joining CFP, because for an engineer, right, who's into IT, the next best
But yeah,
qualification to go for is into finance. So
मैं जा
that's
रहा
a
हूँ
natural transition,
नेहरू प्लेस काम है.
right? So that's about it, Subendu. Arun, I've been working as MFD. Will ARN certificate suffice as experience certificate? Arun, that we can check with the board. Once just call on this number, speak to one of the counselors, and they can get it further for you. Okay. Subendu, I think I've already answered you. Jenny, if I move elsewhere, say Australia, and study CFP from IC, will it be possible for taking 1 year experience under CFP like that? And how do I study taxation for that particular country? See, Jenny, you have to tell me which, if you're saying you're going to Australia, then what I would say, Jenny, is you can get in touch with me. I'll share my number here. So that I can tell you about slightly more on Australia in detail, because I did a webinar last week itself on it. So I'll just share, if you want, I'll just share my number here. This is 813000049. So Jenny, you can just speak to me. 1 second. Yeah. So I've just shared it, Jenny. You can speak to me and I'll take it from there. Pranav says, I'm a civil engineer, completed year. Can I join CFP course because I'm looking for absolutely, Pranav, there's no stoppage on that. Please join it as soon as possible. Vinod says, working in mutual fund, sales and distribution. How can this course scale up my career in the same field? My friend, I told you, from product-based focus, Vinod, the transition, there's a necessity to get transition to maybe a goal-based financial planning. Helping clients, help them get into, to financial independence. So not only product-based, clients these days come, they say, what is the USP? What are you providing, right? Again, I told you, behavioral coaching, investment psychology. We advise our clients, if the markets are too high right now, right? We'll not tell them to put more money in that. We'll tell them, let's take a little bit out of it. Let us see how. So we'll try to give them a lot more, try to help them control their emotions. Investments and finance is not a part of the emotional. It's not emotional, certainly not. So that is what is also there. At times people make mistakes because they just run up with emotions. If right now the markets are up, they'll try to put so much money into it, thinking that there is no tomorrow. Let's be very cautious with it. So that is all. Plus, as I already told you, multiple verticals. You can get into retirement. You can get into, succession planning. You can even get into tax planning. What stops? These things are going to be trained to you. Hemant, MCOM plus more than 3 years in private bank. Yes, sir. I think so. You can easily go with the challenge pathway. Just get in touch with the counselor today and get your process started as soon as possible. right?
So one
I
thing I
hope
wanted
I
to know.
once. Yes, yes, Vibhas.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to know whether you rightly said that financial advisors do not retire at any stage of time. But one
Yes.
thing I want to know ki whether companies, especially financial companies, they are financial also, whether
Yeah.
they do hire after age of 60 or not.
See, they could. My experience is that after 60, normally many companies don't really look for someone to engage someone on a on their roles. What they do is they hire them on an advisory basis. Like I can just give you an example.
Okay.
My father, he retired from his job, and after that he worked for close to 4 years with Coal India, and he was basically advising the CMD over there. So that kind of
Okay.
advisory kind of corporates normally do that because they say 60 के बाद ना rules का थोड़ा problem होता है. We have to get a lot of
Yes, yes,
approvals.
yes.
वो होता है.
Yes, yes.
So उसमें होता है. The other aspect is, of course, you can always, since you are in this business, you can always set up your own practice na. I mean, you have clients, you
Yes.
can certainly take them to the next level, right? Always
Right.
be an
Sure,
advisor.
sure.
Yeah. So that's the
So
point.
thank you.
Thank you.
Gained a good
So
insight
I
from
think
your session.
thank you, Vibhas. Thank you so much.
And
So I
I'm
think
visiting
we've
Nehru Place.
answered. Yeah.
I'm visiting your Nehru Place office just now.
Okay, great to meet you in person. Please come over. So I think, friends, I've answered all your queries. Whichever more queries, guys, you have, yes, you can do that. ITR can be filed, sir. You can certainly get in touch with the counselors on 9711437779. So that's more or less from my end. I want to thank each one of you to join here today, and I'm sure we've been able to, give you that kind of an insight as to what this great course looks forward and the kind of profession that you can look forward for yourself. So on that note, thank you so much for joining. It was really nice to, interact with such a vibrating. I really found the audience today very vibrating. You had so many different points to share, and we just love those, points from your end. Of course, we'll try to give you the best. ICFP is the biggest in this business. So I mean, personally, when I did it, I decided to go with the best. So that's why I joined. I mean, I did it in a year's time. December 22 was when I cleared my CFP and I got my certification. So thank you so much. And see you with us in CFP. Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Thank
Signing
you so
off.
much.